So, as you walk into the house, the first room is the kitchen. If you come over here, Sophie would like to show you the little project we did.
This is a cupboard. We varnished the top. It doesn't really look any different, but it looks better. This is my art box, and all Mummy's cookbooks and my books and her books. And then we got some glasses, pumpkins here. We've got, I don't know what these are called. Jugs, and wicker basket and Mummy's Yorkshire tea bags.
Yeah, can't go anywhere without my Yorkshire tea, I'm afraid.
And these are the cups that we found in the house, right? These ones we found in the house.
Yeah. We had loads of pots and cups and things left.
Yeah, they're in here
in the house. They're in another room at the moment because they need washing.
Yeah.
You can see the old electricity box here. We have no electricity, water or sanitation at the moment.
We're basically living on edge.
Living on the edge, that's right.
This is
you
all
can see the old beams.
Yeah.
Here. And then we've got the fireplace. Now, when we seen the house online, we thought this was red bricked, and the reason we thought it was red bricked is because we've still got some left here. And then closer inspection, we realised that they're actually painted on. They're not red bricks at all. But whoever did it did a very good job because they were very convincing on photos. So we've got a lovely little log burner that's come from our friend's boat back in the UK. Thank you, Penny and Pete. We have the sink. We have no water, as I said. I have this lovely little tap that the water comes out.
This is our charging area.
We're going to keep this sink and use it in the kitchen. As Sophie's just said, this is where we charge our phones. We have an inverter running from a battery, and that's been able to keep our phones charged for us. And everything's sat on this lovely little bureau that I bought from a second-hand shop, not a bricant. It actually came from a different second-hand shop. I can't remember off the top of the head what the French name for it is, but it's not a bricant, it was something else. So when I find out the name, I will let you know, but actually a lot cheaper than the bricants we found. And we always go there, we have to go there, because it's just
amazing.
It's just amazing. Obviously we have blow-up beds to sleep on. This is the double.
This is where I sleep with Daddy.
Here we have where we make teas and coffees.
This is basically where we live off.
Yeah, and we boil water to wash dishes, boil water to wash our hair. Yeah, so that is very, very important part of our setup at the moment. We have where we prepare foods and everything. What we found though is, and it's becoming a bit of an issue, is when we're trying to do work upstairs, stuff is falling through and landing on this, and we're having to clean up all the time, and it's just becoming a bit of an issue. Because it's dust. And it just gets everywhere. It's also been getting on Sophie's chest quite a bit. She's been coughing quite a lot recently. So we aren't going to be staying in the house for much longer, because we need to also treat woodworm treatment in the house, which isn't very nice. Also the repointing of this back wall we need to do. We exposed this red brick when we pulled the plaster off, and I just love it, so that is going to stay. And we are going to have to move out because it's just not fair on Sophie, which is obviously going to eat into our finances because we have to pay somewhere else to stay. But that is what it is at the moment. When Steve was pulling off the old electrics the other day, he pulled half the plaster off. The house is structurally sound, so there's no worries there whatsoever around that. It's just that the plaster is old and it's just falling off everywhere, and you can hear it in the night just grumbling. We've got this old sink, which I love. I'm thinking about tiling it and putting a piece of stained glass window in this bit. This house is south facing, it gets sun all day, and I just think that would really look lovely. And we've also got this cupboard above, which again, it needs doing up inside. You see inside it's currently a spider house. We have this old door here which I'd like to keep. Don't know whether or not we're going to be able to do that. It's quite rickety, and so we'll just go down to the floor a moment. So these tiles are Tomette's we're going to try and keep. Now these are on concrete, so it's not a problem, but we'll show you another room at the moment where the tiles are all going to have to come up because it's actually on earth. This room, as you can see, is a storage room, but will one day be a dining room. I've always wanted to be able to entertain, and our house back in Cornwall, which is rented, is very, very small. We can't even get a dining room or a dining table in the kitchen back at home, so it's been my dream to be able to have everyone round the table and cook, and so this will be a dining room. At the moment, you can see it's storage, Sophie's bike. We have spiral staircase there that I bought a little bit of an impulse off Facebook Marketplace. You can see it behind there. When we bought the house originally, the gentleman we bought it off, Mr. Ranger, he brought some paperwork up for what the works that he was going to have done on it, and he just decided not to for whatever reason. And he was, in the plans, was going to get rid of this staircase, close all the upstairs up and have a spiral staircase in the kitchen. We quite liked that idea. But we don't really want to get rid of those stairs either. So we might end up having both. But they're there anyway, and if nobody, if we don't use them, we can always sell them on. They're fantastic. We bought them off a lady who put them in her house and decided she didn't like them. She'd had them there a week. So we got them for quite a bargain. The toilet facilities. We have a solar shower that we use, or we go and use the local. There's lots of local airs around, camping airs, and they've got amazing facilities. For a couple of euros, you can go in there and have a shower, wash your clothes. So I'm not quite sure what this part of the house was used for. As you can see, it's quite dark because we've got the tarpaulin up. But this is the floor that is actually laid on earth. Got the little niche there. I don't know if you can see that. It is quite dark today. There was a wall here. I don't know if you can see. I don't want to fall over. You can see there, the wall was here, and then there was a door, which the door is still there. We pulled that wall down to make one big room. What we'd like to do is make this a snug with a sofa and a TV, and we're going to have bifolding doors across here. So in the winter, because it does get quite cold here in the Limousin, we can close this off and have a little snug and keep warm. That's the idea anyway. So we are now going to take you upstairs to the attic room. We'd like to keep these stairs, but again, they are going to need a little bit of work. But we want to try and keep as much of the original features as possible, and there are quite a few, even though they're little. We've got the old original hooks by the windows, original latches. We found a couple of little surprises, nothing huge. You see some of these programs on people we're following on YouTube who are doing the same thing as us on a grander scale, and they find all sorts of amazing things. Wine. We haven't found any wine.
If you ever come over to your house, if these planks are there, you have to walk on this.
Yeah, so we've got these planks down at the moment. So as you can see, I am really sorry about the light. It's not great in here today. Like I say, it's very overcast. We did do this video yesterday, but I accidentally pressed the time-lapse video, and it's just me and Sophie running around with no sound.
And we've had a really bad luck during this video, actually.
So this will be one day my bathroom. The windows are lovely. I mean, they're in great condition considering, and they open fine. Obviously, you can see all the stone work, which we love.
This is not treasure.
We're going to put a Velux window just above there. This will be Sophie's room. We're going to have to build, obviously, corridors and I'm very sorry about the light today, it's not great.
Yeah.
Love this doorway, which goes into another room.
And we go again. So again, you have to walk on these planks or else you'll fall through the ceiling.
And this is going to be the master bedroom. And what we thought with the stairs that we're just showing you downstairs, that they could actually come up in the corner where you can see that broom. And we have an ensuite in here. And if we have visitors, they'll have their own access in the house. And then we could have access coming up the stairs, put, you know, like maybe a sofa bed downstairs or something. Like I say, we've not really planned anything, or nothing is set in stone at the moment. We just really want to get the electric sorted so we can crack on, because at the moment we're really in limbo. We're not able to do anything. We do have a generator downstairs, but we are very mindful about disturbing the neighbours. It's really quiet here, and we just don't want to be making a load of racket. So you can see this lovely wall here. We're not quite sure what that is. That's obviously going to have to be covered up. Really don't know what's going on there with that one. And you can see all the cracks. Now, I'm not joking when I say a couple of days ago, we cleaned this floor up. We'd never done it before. We'd done the other one. And we filled a bin bag full of cobwebs and dust. It was really quite disgusting.
I was in this room.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
So you can see that this is going to need a lot of work as well. We do plan to do the majority of the work ourselves. Steve is quite handy. He's a plumber by trade, which is very helpful.
And also, like...
And I'm very good at saying where things should go. I'm quite an impatient person, which isn't helpful. I keep buying furniture, which I don't even know if it's going to go in here, if it's going to match. I don't really know. I haven't come up with a plan, to be honest. I try and get ideas from lots of people on YouTube that have got their own vlogs going. There's some absolutely amazing vlogs out there. I would just love watching and getting inspiration from. But again, they're doing it all on a grander scale than us. And you see them cracking on so quickly, and I think we haven't done anything really in the time that we've been here. You know, we fixed a few windows, painted the windows, cleaned up the floors. But as you can see, you know, the whole upstairs floors are going to need. I mean, this here is completely rotten. And you can see now the roof is in very, very good condition, which we knew about when we bought it, and it was the one thing that we agreed the house had to have, was a good roof. And the reason the roof has been looked after so well is because it adjoins to a house that the person who owned this house, they live next door, and it joins onto her house the way the structure of the buildings are. So if our roof had any issues, it would more or less affect her roof. So when she's maintained her roof, she's also maintained this roof, and that is why the roof, the slates and everything are in good condition. There are a couple of issues, obviously. You know, you can see the beams, and let me know what you think when you're looking at this. Are we stupid? Are we, you know, have we got ourselves a bargain? Tell me what you think we paid for the house. Be quite interesting to see what you all think we paid for it as well. And I will disclose that in the video. Now, I have to go back to the UK at the weekend because I have to go back for my parents. So there may not be a video for a while, an update video. But this week we'll try and do as many videos as possible. Keep the channel going. We really, really love it if you gave us some feedback. Sophie would especially. she would very much like to. So Sophie has a story she'd like to tell you about how she was painting downstairs the other day while me and Daddy were cleaning up here. What happened, Sophie?
So basically, they were up in there. Well, they started off in here, and then they were in there. And I was sitting over there. That's downstairs. That's the room that I was above. And I just was doing my business, painting. You know, painting. And then stuff came down from the ceiling. And then after a bit, I was like, you know what? I'm going to find some evidence and come up there and be like, hello, I got a present for you. So I found a bit of wood. It's actually a big chunk from a ceiling. And I went up here, and I got a present for you. It's a piece of wood.
Yeah, she wasn't happy because it went all over her paint. So, right, so I'm going to take you downstairs. Back down the stairs we go. And we will show you the outside of the house. And then we will walk you down to the lake that's just down the road. So this bit fills me with dread as well, I have to say. All of this here. We have decided we're not going to repoint all of this. Excuse me. We are going to leave, quite a bit of the brick exposed. But there are elements of the house that we just thought, you know what, we are going to cover it up. We had an issue with the roof yesterday after me saying it was so good, but just literally one of the tiles had slipped. We managed to sort that out. It wasn't a problem with the help from the neighbours. So that was fine. I love this room. I love the house, actually. I'm absolutely in love with the house. I love this window. You can see the old hooks up there. The big crack there we did see when we bought the house, but we have had it checked out and it's absolutely fine. There's no issues with that whatsoever. It does look quite worrying, but it's not really of a concern. What is of concern is a story that we were told regarding the neighbours when they were renovating their house. And it turns out that when they were digging the water pipes, they uncovered a medieval tunnel which went straight to a town called Darnack, which is quite a considerable way away. And it was filled with cannons and all sorts of things. And they had to stop their renovation while some archaeologists came and had a look. They removed anything of significant value, and then it had to be filled in. So we have been warned about that. We have had plans agreed for a microstation. We can't have a septic tank because we haven't got a lot of land. So our land basically juts out a little bit into the road here. It comes round and it's just up to here. So basically where this patch of grass is, and then up.
Right here?
Yeah.
That's all our land.
So it's enough to put a microstation in, but not enough for a septic tank. So I'll walk you down the road a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
We are very, very thankful that it's overcast today. We've had a few days, well, actually since we arrived a few weeks back, of just significantly hot weather. And I'm not quite sure what's worse, when you haven't got proper shower facilities or washing facilities, being too hot or being too cold and wet.
Can I talk about this?
Yeah, so Sophie, that.
This is it a memorial?
It's a mural of Mr. Vaughan's parents. He had this commissioned by an artist. It's absolutely fantastic. I think you'll agree that it's... And we see lots of people coming here taking photographs of it, because it is done by quite a well-known artist, or an upcoming artist, I'll say.
Famous.
He's an upcoming artist, and you'll see his name signed at the end of the mural.
There. I think that's it.
Yeah, there he is. I'll zoom in there for you so you can see that. Anybody wants to have a Google?
Is it March?
2016 it looks like he did it.
Moya. I think it says March.
So you walk up the road here a little bit. Now, we don't quite understand or know the reason why the grass has been stopped being cut, but it has, so it's all quite overgrown at the moment. But I will take you over to the little bridge here. And you can see the lake. It's quite a large lake. I'm zooming a little bit for you. It goes right the way down there. There's the tractors coming down the road. And just at the end there where you can see those white fences, that is our local pizzeria. That's La Hanger 87. Owned by a lovely couple, Valerie and Stefan, who have been wonderful to us. There's a tractor coming down the road now. And here, it's been so hot that this pond here is completely dried up.
There's no water in it whatsoever.
So yeah, it's our little hamlet. Sorry for the wobble. So, like you know already, we've not got the best of facilities. So I will try and do my best to edit a good video and put it together for you. I can't promise anything. I'm very new to doing this, and so is Sophie. But we just really wanted to share with you the life that we're trying to build in France. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy for us because we are trying to move here after Brexit. I don't want to mention the B word too much, but it has made things a little bit more difficult for us. But that is what it is. I'm not going to let that put us off trying to accomplish our dream. Yeah, so I think.
So basically, we've shown you everything in our house.
Well, we haven't shown you the front of the house yet, so as we walk back, you'll see the front of the house.
Yeah, not the front of the house.
But we love it here. We've been so lucky with the way people have treated us, the help we've had.
I usually go next door and play with my French
I mean,
friends.
we when we got the keys originally, it was 10 months after we purchased the house that we were actually able to come here because of COVID. And the estate agent, she met us there about 7 o'clock in the evening. Wonderful lady. She was fantastic all the way through the buying process. If anybody would like to know how to buy a house without actually coming out to view it, I can let you know. Hopefully we're never going to be in that situation again though, where you can't actually come out and sign documents. We did it all through, I had to write everything, and being that I'm not the best at French, it was quite difficult, but they helped us through the process really well. So on arrival, within 10 minutes Sophie was in next door playing with the children. It was quite amazing really.
I've got about 3 friends now here. I've got Anissa, I think her name is, and then Gasper and Victoria.
Yeah.
And yeah. it's very nice living here, well, staying here for a long time.
So yeah, this is what it looks like walking up to our house. I'm a bit concerned about my husband, Stephen. He's been at the
Pink shed for a long
because of the
time.
pink shed.
Just
He's
to get some
very much
gas.
like Del Boy when we're away. And here we go. Here's the front of the house.
He's one of those people.
Let us know what you think we paid for it. Now you've seen it. It'd be quite interesting to know what you guys think.
I'm interested to know actually.
And just remember, we've got no septic tank, no water, no electricity. Thank you for watching. Please leave comments and subscribe. And we will see you soon.